Today marks 11 years of me uploading to this channel. 11 years ago today, youtube.com/Vexolyte was created December 8th in 2014. I'm 24 years old right now. 11 years ago, I started this channel at 13. And if you're a real OG ball knower, you know I've been uploading since 2013. So I've practically been doing YouTube for half of my life. So I'm just grinding some camos over here on Black Ops 7 Zombies. And I figured, you know what? It's time to upload another video. Let's just talk about it while I grind some zombie camos. This channel has seen some changes and some, niche interests change from here and there, but it's always really been about gaming. So let's just game and talk a little bit. What I think is super fascinating is just thinking back to 13-year-old me. The video is still up. You can go watch Vexolyte's 13-year-old Vexolyte talk about whatever he was talking about back in 2014. But I think it's interesting to see and just think about what has changed in my head, in my content. I just remember even as a super young kid, before it would even make sense for me to be on YouTube, I just loved gaming, and I loved gaming with people, or even just showing gaming to people that weren't interested in gaming. Like, when I'm a real young kid, it was my mom or my dad, just having them sit down on the couch with me and having me autistically explain every little thing about Mario Galaxy or whatever game it was at the time. And I was born in 2001, so I kind of got to watch the internet really grow and take its shape as I got older. And I thought being a YouTuber was the coolest thing. Like, these guys that could just play video games and upload what they want and have a fan base and a community that are interested in watching them play. Some of my first ever favorite YouTubers were Captain Sparkles and White Boy 7th Street, which I was definitely too young to be watching. If any of you guys watching know those two, you're an OG. But yeah, I was literally just at work today. I was looking at the date and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I created my channel around this time. I thought it was in like a week or so. So I literally noticed it for the first time today, and I was like, oh, you know what? I haven't uploaded in a while. I'd really love to get a video out just talking about it. And I did a lot of thinking about it today, to be honest with you. I thought about the things I've enjoyed most along my journey, I guess you could call it, of creating content. And that led me to think, what content am I the happiest with? What content do I look back on and, feel the most proud about? And it's really niche things, like I look back at the Elden Ring series and I'm super happy with how that turned out. And I didn't even finish it. But I look back at that with fond memories. And I look back at, weirdly enough, Thrill of the Fight, the VR series. There we go. We just got Bloodstone camo on my first pistol here too. We're going to back out and use another pistol. I'm just trying to get them all diamond real quick. I obviously also look back and I think of the Road to Round 30 as one of my favorite series I've ever done. There's tons of things I could think about. I could think about being in middle school and running home to play Five Nights at Freddy's or just Minecraft on the Mineplex server. I think about some of my favorite content, and what I realize about the content that is favorite to me isn't even view-wise, it's authenticity, And I think that was reflected most the younger I was in my content. But yeah, I think back to when I was really young, and I was never ever thinking about what's going to get views, what's a good title, because I'm 14, I'm 13, 15, around that age. I'm not really thinking about that. I'm thinking about, I enjoy Five Nights at Freddy's right now. I can't wait to record a video and publish it. Or I love playing on the Mineplex server. I just want to hop in a game, record it, see how we do, and hopefully I get a good video out of it. But I even have those moments. It's not just all my early content. I also think about recent content, like the Road to Round 30. That was purely, I would love to go through and play every zombies map. What should my challenge be? What should my goal be? Because to be honest with you, I would have never went back and played all those maps if it wasn't for YouTube. So in a way, YouTube has kind of served as an outlet for me to be able to do things I may not have otherwise done. And I noticed there was some kind of shift in me along the way. I guess this is just really turning into a reflection video, which makes sense if I'm reflecting back on 11 years. I don't know exactly where along the line. I would guess early 2020s. There was some kind of shift where it switched from, oh, what am I passionate about? What am I enjoying right now? And let me make a video on it, to, okay, is this going to do well? Is this algorithm friendly? And that was, I would undoubtedly say, the worst thing that ever happened to me and ever happened to this channel. When I made the road to around 30, we'll just use that as the ongoing example of my most recent style of content that I feel pure and authentic about. There was no thought process. There was absolutely no thought process of, oh, is this going to perform well? I just wanted to do it. And somewhere along the way, like I said, it switched, and I would just, you know, be my own biggest hater in a way. Not hater, but doubter is probably a better word. Like, is anyone going to care about this? Is this going to be, who cares about this video idea I have? Is this going to get views? Is this going to be, you know, enjoyable? And it was never about that in the beginning. It was about what I wanted to do and what I thought was fun or enjoyable or cool. And that exact line of thinking is why I've been so inconsistent with uploads. I mean, prior to this video, I didn't upload for what, over a year? I guess it was self-inflicted pressure that was the cause of a lot of my breaks. I did have some that were just out of my control, things that happened throughout my life that genuinely were not up to me, but I would say a majority of them were just self-inflicted pressure. I would just constantly get in my head about what's good to make, what's not good to make. I got thinking about algorithms. I was thinking about, wow, I've probably alienated my audience switching from Call of Duty to Minecraft to WWE, if you remember that era, to Fortnite, to UFC, to this, that, the other thing. I guess a good way of putting it is it used to be a playground, and I guess it more so kind of became a scoreboard. You know what I mean? And that's in my head, but that is also the platform itself. There was a time, if you were watching... Why is my mouse not working? Hello? If you were watching YouTube in like the early to mid 2010s, it was never like that. It was never, you know, big face thumbnails like going like that and, you know, big red arrows. It was just, you know, at least for the gaming side, because that's what I watch. It was just, you know, people uploading their gameplay. Oh, here's a cool multiplayer game I had in COD. Like Syndicate getting to round 115 on Kino. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's been proven to not be legit. But that's not the point, you know what I mean? And I guess watching the algorithm kind of go past me in a way and make me feel like I would be left behind with doing what I want to do totally just stopped me in my tracks. But this video isn't all negativity. What is good about this is that all these years later, I'd still, even in these long breaks, I still think about YouTube all the time. I really do. I mean, I've been literally doing it for over half of my life, which is just an absolutely crazy thing to like realize, to conceptualize. I'm 24 and I made my first video at 12. Now, of course, I start thinking about like, wow, where would I be if I was consistent for 12 years straight? Things would probably be very different. And I hope I did a good job here at making this video not feel all over the place with my thoughts. Because if I really think about it, I've actually never made a video like this where I just kind of sat down and talked. And the point of the video was just about me or whatever I'm thinking or feeling. There's always some kind of general theme to the video. But when I think about what excites me right now, it's like kind of doing exactly what I'm doing here. Just hopping in front of the camera, playing some video games, and talking about what's on my mind. I think about the content I watch and the people I find respectable on the platform right now. And it's not people that switch their content just to fit the algorithm. It's not people just chasing trends or looking for views. It's people that actually stayed themselves. And when I was thinking about this all day today, it kind of occurred to me, it's like, I can do that. And I want to. And I'm going to. But all in all, you know, really, when I sit back and I think about 11 years, I think about the good times and the fun I've had making content. And I think about, like, the gratitude I have for the people that have liked the video or just watched the video or hit subscribe. Or back when I was really big into live streaming, the people that would show up to every live stream. I still remember usernames from 10 years ago, and I literally am not making that up. I remember Salty Tricep. I remember Guy-them. I highly doubt they're watching this video, but that's just, you know, an example of gratitude. I don't forget these things, and I'm glad I got to sit and reflect and think about this today. I think it truly is a blessing. I got to think about, you know, the good times and have the courage to make this video. Because really, when you break it down, what it was a fear of rejection in a way, right? A fear that a video wouldn't do well, that it wouldn't get views or likes or whatever. When I notice I'm 6 months away from uploading and I have a video idea, I stop myself. So I'm like, oh, it's been so long. Is anyone even going to come back and watch? But I really think today was an important day for me mentally and for this channel. And yeah, I just guess I want to say thank you guys. Thank you for 11 years. I look back at these 11 years fondly. We got all 3 pistols done in this video, so I'd say this is a good time to wrap up. Thank you, every single one of you. Seriously, if you've watched once or if you've watched them all, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one, believe me or not. Bye, guys.